All right, we live. We live. What's going on, my brother?
Not a lot, man. Just just excited for this break, a little breather for a
So
second.
does he start middle school now? Or no? When does middle school start for Corey?
Middle school track starts on the 23rd. I think it's the 23rd. I don't have my calendar.
Okay,
Somewhere in there. Let's
I
see.
got you. Yeah, we got
Not the 23rd. It's the 20th. 20th.
the 20th. I got you. Yeah, we got we don't have nothing this weekend. We off this weekend. Next weekend, my team's doing the meet, but we not. We might go to Speed Capital on the 23rd up in Orlando. But besides that, yeah, we chilling this year, man. Just trying to get ready for the summer, so we can be fresh, do what we got to do.
Yeah, we won't. Corker have his first middle school track meet. Let's see, on the 4th of April. First baseball game, April 2nd. So
Okay.
yeah, we
Which
just
one? Which one he most looking forward to?
I don't know. We haven't really talked about it. We just kind of
Yeah.
like we're in break mode. Like we are seriously in break mode. I mean, he went and ran today. He ran like a 1500 a day. It was slow as garbage. It was like 8 minutes. Ivy ran one. Hers was like even slower, like 11 minutes. Like
But what she do for Malta? She do 800, right? Or they do 15?
800. But
800.
I just need her to get the shock out of her body so that 800 feels a little bit easier for her. I
I
mean,
got you.
a regular 800 is gonna be a sprint, but not for Ivy.
What was the weather like though? It might be still cold up there, man.
It's like it was like 50 something.
I got you. That ain't too bad for y'all.
Yeah,
50 for us, man. We in the house.
yeah. Nah,
We in the house. Yeah, we not coming out for 50.
we get cardio in. So we'll do it like this like over the next like 3 weeks. It'll be straight cardio. Um, we in like 2 weeks we'll start like maybe making some technical stuff, but right now it's cardio and just strength. We're not doing nothing. I just give them like a clean break. I don't want them thinking about it, worrying about
Yeah.
it, nothing.
That's smart. That's smart. So we got a lot of good topics tonight, man. We go ahead and jump into them. Um, Quick question. I just want to throw something out there. How was the AAU experience for you, man, this year? I know the babies cleaned up like they always do. Um, but how was that on the officiating side? This is your first time doing indoor, right? Or no?
As far as officiating,
Yeah.
yeah, it's my oh no, I fit. Yeah, no, this is my first year officiating indoor this year. It was good. It was good. It's one of those things where they were short on high jump, and I was like, I went to talk to Karen. I was like, hey, y'all looking a little short out there. I don't know where Yolanda's at. So for those who don't know, Karen Hall and Darren Hall, they're the ones who do our 14 and under AAU track meets. They're the meet director for the AAU Indoor Championship in Virginia Beach, and they also run the West Coast National and the Las Vegas National.
Okay.
So just so if you want to know, and then Yolanda is usually the who runs the officials for all our national meets, indoor nationals and primary clubs and junior Olympics. So
Yeah,
just
real good people, man. Real good people. I've only experienced the AAU indoor at Virginia, but it's always a class meet. Like, everything's on time, everything runs smooth. I never had no issues when it comes to the meet. When we go up to Virginia. So the Hall, they do a good job, man. Miss Freeman, she been in the game for a long time. She knows what she's doing. Um,
it was a big meet. This is the probably the biggest one I've been to that they had as far as like entries into it, especially in field events. Field events was like pretty like filled out. I couldn't believe how many kids in the 13-year-old age group were pole vaulting. I think
yeah,
last year they had one or none, I think. And this year for those boys, it was like 6 or 7 boys pole
I'm
vaulting.
telling you, man. I made a post about it at the Speed Capital. It was so many kids doing field events. This lady actually came up to me because she was off last year because her kids was doing football. So she came back this year and she said, "Man, it's your fault." I was like, "What happened?" And all these kids out here. I said, "It ain't my fault. It's everybody doing their part in the community, man. You know, we broadcasting it, we put it out there. You making it look fun. Like the kids have fun. You know, when the kids have fun, they invite more kids to come and have fun with them. And it's all healthy competition. Everybody are having a good time, getting some sun, getting some fresh air, you know, getting off their tablets and phones and actually doing something, you know, to better themselves physically. So I'm all for it, man. But yeah, it's gonna be a big crowd this year, man. Everywhere you go see a bunch of kids doing all the events, jumping, vaulting, throwing. So it's a beautiful sight, man. So we definitely need more officials out there too. You know, people that know what they're doing and people that got a heart for the kids. So sign up wherever you at. You know, get out there and do what you got to do. So to get into some of the topics we got tonight, the first one is something that I see that's isn't so prevalent in track. Maybe it's there, but it's more prevalent in other sports, but it's definitely creeping into track as well. Parents creating a toxic culture in sports with a win at all costs. So you want to win so bad that there's no development going on because you're jumping in, you know, from team to team, or you might put a kid in the event, which we all know this happens. You looking at that performance list and you like, there's too many kids in 100, too many kids in the 200. Oh, it's only a couple in the turbo javelin. Let me throw them in there. Oh, it's only a couple in the high jump. Let me throw them in there. And then the baby get out there on the you know, the track meet, and you seen it. I saw a kid. He had the javelin turned the opposite way. I saw one kid holding a javelin by the tip. I'm like, "You never held the javelin before?" And he was like, "No, no, sir." I said, "They just put you over here because they thought it was gonna be an easy medal, and now you got the kid out there embarrassing themselves because you ain't have enough chance to at least go on YouTube and look up a tutorial for yourself to teach the kid how to throw the doggone javelin." Like, come on, man.
Yeah, I mean, that's not just terrible javelin. I've seen it in shot put. I've seen kids out there throwing like a baseball. I mean,
Yeah,
that is literally that was gonna sign you up for it and stick you in it, because like if they had any practice, they wouldn't come out there and throw like a baseball. Now I know some of the kids will struggle, but these kids will literally had their arm back like they was throwing a football or
yeah.
a baseball back here, and just throwing. It's like that just shows you get a late entry into that. And that's, like you said, it's not fair to those kids. It's not fair to the other competitors. It's just it's you could potentially ruin a kid mentally because of that.
Like, I think a lot of parents, and it goes back to something you talked about earlier, how we coddle, like people are coddling their kids. You know, you coddle the feelings. You don't want the feelings to get hurt. You don't want a kid to lose. You don't want a kid to, you know, like feel bad or whatever. But all kids need adversity in life. You need that adversity because that adversity it's gonna make you, it's gonna bring the dog out you, first of all. It's gonna show you as a parent, it's gonna show you as a coach if that kid has what it takes. But you never gonna know if that kid got that dog inside of them, or they got, you know what I'm saying, the strength to do it needs to be done if you're always trying to cuddle them, always trying to, you know, keep them away from a loss. Like a loss is fine. Everybody go lose. Nobody go undefeated in life in nothing. You know what I'm saying? Unless you Floyd Mayweather. But outside of that, nobody go undefeated. Everybody go get a loss every now and then. So you gotta hold that L. That's fine. That don't, just because you lost don't mean that it's the end of the world. No, go back to the drawing board, see what you messed up on, and take it from there and do what you got to do.
Yep.
But we well, go ahead. What happened?
No, you're talking about the toxicity. I saw something on Facebook. Someone had saw a little baby get yelled and cussed at or whatever. And yeah, and here's the thing. That's been going on for a while, unfortunately.
Oh yeah,
Kind of some of the the guys who've been around while we've talked about it before, but the worst I ever seen, I'll never forget. It was 2021. 2021. We're down in Houston. I think it was Houston. And like I said, Aubrey she had no business being at 200, but yeah, she was fast for Kansas. She was fast for Kansas. She was fast for our region, but she wouldn't like national fast. But she went out there. But the thing is, she came in 75th. She came in ranked 75th, finished 25th. We was crunk. I mean, you would have thought Aubrey won that joint. We went there because you got to pick up the safety section for the 8, 9s and 10s at that time. You had to do a safety.
I got you.
I went to go pick her up, and I swear to you, man, they released the kid. They didn't wait to take the kid off somewhere to discuss with the kid. It's an 8-year-old baby raced against my daughter, cussed her up one side of her head and back down the other side of her head, like she was a grown woman.
Yeah, no, that's not cool,
I
man.
wouldn't cuss out a grown woman like that anyway. But I'm saying they cussing at her like she grown. What the F is your problem? Blah blah. You up there F this, F that. I'm like, wow. I was blown away that people to do that like that. So I don't
Like even if your kid, you know what I'm saying, like me, I'm never gonna curse at my kids, my daughter, or no athlete that I coach. Will you be disappointed in the kid sometimes? Yeah, because maybe you didn't do like me. I don't look at results. I look at effort. Sometimes you're not gonna have it. It's life. Nobody is there 100% of the time. But the one thing you can always give is effort. So always look at your effort. If you out there and you give me all you can give me, I don't care what the result is. All I ask is that you give me what you can give me. You give me what you can give me. 9 times out of 10, you go get the result that we know you can get because you did what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? Like RJ got second in shot put. He thought he was gonna win. He didn't. Whatever. He called me. He's like, Coach, how you feel? I say, I feel good. How do you feel? I'm proud of you, man. You second in the nation. That brother. There ain't too many people can say they second in the nation. 2 people, you and the guy that beat you. You know what I'm saying? So you can't. I don't know, man. Like I just don't see berating kids or belittling kids. Like I don't understand where that comes from. Maybe that happened to them, and that's how they were raised, and that's how they learned. But I feel like you get more out of a kid when you go to them, you know, with respect. You go to them and say, "Hey, good job, whatever. This is what we can fix. Let's go back and work on that." You know what I'm saying? With a good tone. But screaming and cursing at a kid, you're gonna tear the kid down. They're never gonna reach the level that they can reach with that kind of attitude. I don't know.
No, man. And here's the thing, and you know this as well as I do, and you know most coaches can attest to this. Some of these parents ain't never did none of these things that these kids are doing,
Nope.
and so and like they'll sit there and criticize and yell. It's like you ain't ran a 60 ever, you ain't high jump, you ain't do no shot, you ain't triple jump, you ain't pole vault.
You nothing,
But
bro.
you sit here yelling at this kid and supposed to have them figure it out. Like, what are we talking about over here? Like, we were at a meet and this parent was just yelling at her daughter in high jump. And I will tell you, anybody that knows anything about high jump, is high jump and pole vault are the 2 most mentally taxing events that
Yep.
you can have because there's so much fear involved. It's the height, it's the bar. You can get hurt, you can fall off that mat. It's a lot of mental things that are going on when you're doing high jump. I'm not saying other events aren't mental because my kids do them all, but as far as that will
Yeah, you want to make sure your mind clear, man, especially on that pole vault.
the put fear in your heart, like it's different when you up there. Oh, they do this and this and in practice. I don't care what they do in practice.
Yeah.
When you get up there and it's showtime, is a lot extra more pressure out there, and them babies be scared.
Yeah, nah. And again, too, it goes back to how you prepare your kids, and it goes back to realistic expectations. You already know, give or take, what your kid gonna do at that meet. Unless they just completely fall apart, you know, okay, my kid is gonna throw, they've been throwing 23, 24 in practice. So we probably go get a 23, 24. If I get a 25 or 26, I'm happy. But I'm no 23, 24 is probably what we go get. If your kid run 13, 14 seconds, just because you put 11 seconds down on the performance list, don't mean they go run 11 seconds. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I think a lot of coaches, like, you think that your kid just go show up and magically, because you had a national meet, they're gonna run like a national record time. That's not how life works, man.
Nah.
It's just, I don't know. And it goes back to, like I said, you got to let these kids take losses. You got to let these kids go through adversity, because that adversity is going to bring out the best in them. Like, that's the only way it's going to come out. I don't know. Like, you know, you can't keep it from them. You can't just take them. Like, people take their kids from different sports, or you'll take your kid on different teams. This team winning championships, I'm going to take my kid to this track team because they win the championships. But your kid never get developed because you moving them around every single year.
Yup.
So now they never been with one coach more than 1 or 2 years. Like, it just because one kid is successful, you can't base one kid's results and what your kid is gonna do. You get what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You take a kid, you bring a kid, like people bring their kids to me, and I say there's no magic formula. It's work, and every kid is on a different timetable. I can make your kid better. Does that mean they gonna win a national championship this year? Maybe yes, maybe no. They will get better, they will develop, but it takes time. It's a process. Like it don't happen overnight.
I had a real good talk with another coach while I was up there talking about one of his athletes, perennial All-American,
Yeah,
perennial national champion, and he has a really good club. And he was like, he said, the thing is, they see some of my athletes and think immediately they're gonna come here and do the same thing. And it's like, no, there's levels to this. The results are going to vary. I can promise you this. This is why I can always, when I get new people, I say, hey, I promise you, you'll be better.
Yeah.
With me once you leave my program than you were when you got here. That's the only thing I can promise you. I ain't promising you no natties or nothing like that, but you will get better. You will get better with me. You won't I won't make you worse.
Yeah, but people, but see, they see the kids, like, we always, they see our kids, they see the kids that we train. Like I tell people all the time, Savannah's first track meet, she got dead last, bro. It was 10 kids, she got 10th place. The next track meet, she beat one person. There was 9 kids there, she got 8th place. Then the third track meet, she got lucky. It was only 3 kids there, so she got a medal. She got 3rd place, she got a medal. Did I go to her and say you only got a medal because there's 3 kids? No, we celebrated. You got your medal. Let's go get some ice cream. The next track meet, same thing. It was 3 people there. She got another medal. The next track meet, it was 4 people there. She got 4th place and she got a ribbon. And we went to a birthday party there that day. And anybody know my daughter? They know she is very greedy. She eat all day long. I knew she was mad because one, she didn't take the ribbon, and she didn't eat birthday cake because she was mad. She didn't get a medal. And I looked at Sam. I said, okay, she ready. She got that dog in her. You know what I'm saying? I didn't care that she got the ribbon. We was happy. You got a ribbon. Cool. Let's go. We just out here to compete, have fun. Because I know later down the line, if you do what you got to do, you'll be who you're supposed to be. But that at that moment, that adversity, it broke her open. I see, and I can see the dog in her. And after that, I said, well, if you want to start getting medals, let's work. And you put in the work and you'll get to where you want to be. And the rest for her is history. But if we didn't let her go through that adversity, if I said, no, you can't do this because I don't want you to lose. I don't want your feelings to get hurt. Who knows what she'd be doing right now? She'd probably be in the living room watching the tablet on doing something. You know what I'm saying?
I know a lot of athletes whose parents dodge meets because they don't want their kids to lose. I had a parent. I was like, hey,
no, I know.
I had a parent. I had a girl. I said, hey, I need you to come out here with me to run this meet. And she was like, nah, we can't do that. They're doing double age groups. We can't do that. We can't have that on our record. I'm like, what?
On your record?
You're 13. Your record? What are you talking about?
Like the college coach said, hey, what happened when you were 11? I saw you got a loss when you were 11 years old in this race. Like the college coach.
What are you talking about over there?
I was on your mile split from back in 2033, and I saw in the 11-year division you had a loss. Like, bro, nobody cares about that, man. Let the babies go out there and compete. They might surprise you.
Well, I had another parent said they wouldn't go to indoor nationals because it's a bank track, and the kid don't like running on bank tracks. Like, and that's what their dream is, to run tracks. Like, do you know how many bank tracks by the time she gets to college that there's going to be, that she's going to have to get used to running on bank tracks? Like, stop.
That's foolishness, bro. That's foolishness. Like, listen, this is what I do with my kids. Like, because some of them, with implements, they get, they get married to those implements and they fall in love with those things. It's some meets we go to, and I purposely leave their implements in the car, or I hide them, just so you can learn how to use somebody else's, just in case something happens to your implement, you break it. Who knows? Anything can happen. You don't fall apart because it's something that's out of the norm. No, bro. It's a bank track. Get out there and run on the bank track. It's a flat track. Run on the flat track. We ran on concrete tracks. You know what I'm talking about? Yep. And still had the spikes on here. Shh. You got to compete, man.
Yeah.
You got kids. You got kids in different countries right now running with no shoes on. And you talking about a bank track?
Yeah, it's wild. That the biggest that threw me. Like they don't want to. They're afraid to take L's, man. That's the thing.
Man,
And the thing is it goes back to what you're talking about Savannah and some of the other kids I've that we've brought along. That's that started from nowhere.
yeah,
Lose, and parents finally say, "Hey, your baby ain't built for that. Let me get him over here." First year, I got him over here. Okay, you all American. I said, imagine what we could have did if you've been listening from the start. You got to put your ego aside. Hey, I knew you was fast. I know him personally, but your baby ain't like that. She ain't like that. She a jumper. She need to be over here jumping with me. That's what she need to do.
Man, that was RJ. I was training his little sister Kylie, and he was running the 1, the 2, and the 4. I think he was doing long jump. They were on a different team at this time. And he was throwing the football with Sam, and he threw the football like 30 yards. I was like, bro, you got a nice little arm. So I asked his mom, what does he do? She said, oh, the 1, 2, 4 long jump, whatever. I was like, well, I'm gonna let him throw this javelin real fast and let's see what happens. He threw the javelin 70 feet, no training. So I told his mom, I said, call his coach and tell him to put him in the javelin this weekend. The coach like, no, he's not a thrower, he's a runner. I say, put the boy, let me talk to the coach. Put him in javelin. He won that weekend, and the long story short, that boy throwing over 110 feet. But like you say, you never know. He wasn't doing, he's not slow, but he not track fast to that level, whatever. Like he's getting there. His hurdle game gonna be tight.
Oh, it's gonna be
by
tight.
the end of the year.
I was
put the babies in something that they can, now he got that confidence, he got that swag. So now, when he go out there, he know I can do it.
You find them something that they can be good at, one thing, and that trickles. They may not even be the best at that next event, but they got a lot of confidence because
they got confidence.
I can do this one thing really good. Y'all can't take that from me. I've seen some kids, and it ain't my business to share this stuff, but I've seen some kids that in outdoor they got a lot of confidence in outdoor, and in this indoor season they tried something new and they were fearless. They were fearless, and I was like, that shows you if you build that confidence. They're like, I'll do whatever. I don't care. If I did
but that's what it's all about, especially with the younger kids. Let them try different things, man. Like they could end up being a multi. You never know. Let them try different things, man. And if you got a good coaching staff, like you got some reliable, you got some good sprint coaches, you got some good middle distance coaches, you got some good throwing coaches. Let the babies go out and try everything. I always have kids come over. They'll surprise you. We had a runner come over yesterday, man. 11U boy threw the shot for 29 feet. And he's a runner, like he can run. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, you too good at running. I don't know. So I'm gonna try to snatch you in one of these developmental meets, you know what I'm saying? Let you go over there and throw and see what you do. But you never know what these kids got inside of them, man. Just let them try. Let them try different things. Let them get out and let them try different things. But you can't baby them. Don't baby them. Let them face that adversity. It's gonna make them better in life.
And one more thing before we go to the next topic is you can't just try it one time and be done, because the way Aubrey and Corey threw that javelin the first time, laughable. 19 feet, and like for her, like him, like 31, like straight garbage. But they had fun. They had fun doing it. It was something completely different. We've been running all the whole time. Like, I want to do this with them little squeaky voices they had back then. I'm like, okay, whatever. I don't care. It's $20, whatever. I'm like, we here all day anyway. Go ahead and do that thing. Had fun, and then it was like, I like it, and we just stuck with it. And they were terrible the next meet, and they were terrible, like kind of like you said, was man, terrible. Yeah. And people think a lot of these kids just automatically are just good like that. It takes work. It takes dedication. It ain't just one time you gotta get it mastered. And I've had a lot of kids walk away from me because they see these other kids throwing. It's like, you can't compare yourself to those other kids.
You can't compare those kids. Nope. But what I do in my practices, man, is like some people they'll see the top kids and they separate the kids that aren't on that level yet. No, I let them all practice together, because I want you to see that greatness and realize you can get to that level too if you work how they work.
Oh yeah,
like,
I don't separate nobody.
Some people say I don't separate them. Nah, you finna get over here and all y'all finna work together. Cause I want you to rub off on, I want the greatness to rub off on you. So all y'all be great. So when we show up, you be like, dang, I gotta deal with all of these kids. Yes, you gotta deal with all of them. It ain't just one or two. It's a squad and we coming deep. But you know what I'm saying? But they gotta be around that greatness. It's like the Chicago Bulls back in the day. Jordan made everybody come up to that level. Kobe made everybody come up to that level. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta, but you gotta talk to your top dogs now and tell them, look, you need to set the tone. Like, don't go down to their level. Bring them up to your level.
Oh yeah, I let my long jumpers, my high jumpers, and my javelin throwers. A lot of times I let them lead. I let them lead like certain aspects of the practice, certain aspects about technique, and talking to the other kids because they don't relate more to the kids than they relate to me. And it's like they doing something right. So, anyways,
yeah. That's true. All right, we gonna go to the next topic. This one I want all the coaches on there. Definitely put it in the comments. But this is, and I think if you understand this is what is your why, coaches. If you understand what your why is, you won't fall into the trap of a lot of coaches, because a lot of coaches have stopped developing people, athletes, because they've fallen into that win at all costs, especially on the AAU level. It's win, 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 win. I'm trying to win championships. I'm trying to win tournaments. I'm trying to win track meets, whatever. So I'm just gonna plug kids in. You done been to track meets where they have points and they trying to get the team title. You got 1,000 kids doing race walk. You ain't trained one kid in race walk all year, but you you know exactly what I'm talking about. They got 20 kids in the race walk. You got all the kids in the field events, and you ain't training them kids to do nothing, but you just trying to win that trophy. You ain't developed nothing all week. You just want that trophy. But when you got your why, coaches, you're not going to fall into that trap. They go sing a kid to you, and you go say, I'm going to get this kid ready. I'm going to train this kid the same way I train my top dogs. I'm not going to just, push the kid off to the side because they only throwing 3-4 feet. I'm not hating on the race walkers. I'm hating on the coaches that throw the babies out there and don't train them to do race walk. That's what I'm hating on. Race walk takes skill. To do race walk proper, your knees gonna be hurting at the end of that race if you do it the right way. I'm talking about them coaches that just had the kids out there on a Sunday stroll. Ain't even tell the kids to get proper shoes. Kids got blisters on their feet, man. You gotta wear, you gotta wear the right kind of shoes, man. Yep. But you gotta have a why. Like every coach should have a why you do this. And when you realize and you discover your why, it's going to take your coaching to another level. So what's your why, Coach Ricky?
My first thing is I honestly and truly, this is my why is I love the smiles and I love to see a kid going from where they're at to another level. That's my number one why. My number two why is someday I just want to shout out someday. That is 100%. I don't know if that's selfish or not, but I do.
That's not selfish. That's not selfish.
And they'd be like, even if I had just a little bit of impact, I want a kid to look back. You know what? There was this dude. He was loopy. He was crazy, loud, but man, he got me started on this. I think his name was Coach Ricky, and that's all I want. They ain't got to go into details or nothing like that. Just that little bit of shout out. They ain't got, I don't need no bag or nothing. I was like, just reach out. But I've had a kid shout me out in high school, that I had when they was young. And that feels good, man. That's, like I made an impact. That's my why. I want to make sure that I did have an impact on these kids. That's my why.
Yeah. And mine is certainly along those same lines. Like, a big thing for me, man, was last year, because I started coaching back in 2008. So a lot of the kids that I first initially started coaching, they went to college and finished and graduated, came home. And 2 of them came back last year and helped me coach. And that, man, I used to be in practice almost about to cry. They looking at me like, you all right, coach? I'm good, man. But like you say, to have that connection with those kids, they go to college, throwing full scholarships, get their education, get their degree, come home debt-free. And then they come back and pour the knowledge that you poured into them, because they know more than I know now. They done been, they've been throwing college 4 or 5 years. So they came back and taught me some stuff. But that's my why, man, to, like you say, to encourage them, to let them know that if I work hard, I can achieve whatever I put my mind to. Because that goes beyond the track. That goes beyond the circle. It goes beyond, the high jump and long jump pit. And that goes into corporate America. That goes into, you want to start your own business with your own family. You know what I'm saying? You can take all of these values, all these lessons that you learn through sports, and you can apply them to all different aspects of life. So that's what basically it's kind of like a ministry for me, you know. Like I'm not in the pulpit no more preaching right now, but I do that on the track. Coach Kermit say seeing that confidence that the kid didn't know they had and giving them the experience. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But yeah, but you be having them kids, Kermit be having them kids jumping over staircases, man. Savannah looked at me crazy when I said we finna go jump up the stairs. She say, "What?" I say, "I saw this coach do it on Facebook, and his kids jump real far. Jump."
Because someone asked a question the other day, I was like, listen, man, I don't know. I was like, long jump people, I always throw him out there. Look, whatever he doing out there is working because we perennial All-Americans, perennial national champs. I'm pretty sure he got a couple records too. So I'm like,
he got world records, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, I'm like, I know I can tell you some basics, but if we got Kermit up in here, why we talk to the record holder? Hey,
shout him out. Get him jumping. I don't know what he feed him, man. I don't know what stretches they do or not, but them people walking on the stairs. They jump over the people on the stairs. They ain't just jumping over the stairs.
It's a dunk contest. It's a dunk contest. I see this practice like a dunk contest.
That's what's up. But coaches, you got to discover your why. Discover your why, and because it's gonna be days. Listen, it be days. Sometimes I look at the forecast and I be like, is it gonna rain? Please rain, because I'm tired and I want to go home. But then it don't rain, and you go out there and then you see those kids and you see the smiles on their faces, and you see when they actually, they PR because they PR at practice, whatever, or they do something that they didn't think they could do. And it brings joy in your heart, man. Because it ain't like we making no money doing this. We all doing this out of the kindness of our heart. So discover your why. Discover your why, coaches. So this is a topic that you brought up, but I think it's key. Proper rest and recovery after indoor season. I'm gonna let you take the lead on this one.
Yeah, I don't it kind of works to our advantage here in the Midwest. It's like, we still ain't super warm. We can still go out there and work and stuff like that. But the thing that people, even if I was in a warm weather situation, I would still take time off after indoor nationals, just so you can give your body a chance to reset. And this ain't no secret knowledge. This is like facts. These are actual facts. You have to give your body a chance to rest and recover, because what you're doing, your muscles are, I'm trying to think of the word, but your muscles are getting like they're building up. That all that breakdown, all the breakdown of the muscles and stuff is rebuilding. You're gonna be stronger. And it's not a tip that I recommend just after indoor. It's something I do during the season too. During outdoor season, we'll take breaks.
Yeah.
When we come back, we'll be jumping further, we throwing further and everything. But a lot of people, they just grind and grind and grind and grind and grind and no breaks. Like, you gotta have breaks in there.
You gotta have breaks.
You don't give a chance for your body to breathe at all, and just to relax and take some of that tension, take some of that stress out. Some of the mental too. If you go through a nationals and now you just right back at it, especially as kids, you can't do that. I haven't gotten positive results from that. I'm speaking for myself. I have never gotten positive results going straight from indoors and then it's like, hey, we back on it. Like right now, I told you what we're doing right now. We're doing cardio and we're doing some light strength training, whatever, some plyos and some cardio. We ain't doing a whole lot of we're not doing no technique. I don't want them even thinking about a shot or a disc or high jumping right now.
And you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I'm the same way, man. Like, we didn't do indoor this year, so we just been doing literally twice a week throwing. One day we throw, one day with technique, then light throwing. But when we did the last 3 years when we did indoor, people thought I was crazy. I gave her a month off of nothing. Wait, we ain't do. I just let her be a kid, bro. Just a month off. And it worked, because by the time July came, like you said, when we got back in May, she was throwing a foot and a half further and shot, and she was about almost 10 feet in javelin. And we didn't like you said, we didn't touch nothing. And when we got in July and August, we still get the results that we want to get. But you gotta let the body rest, but the mind for the kids, they're kids, man. like you say, a lot of these kids, they put enough pressure on themselves, especially the ones that, you know, are at that level already. They go to these national meets. That's a lot of pressure. And these kids perform every weekend. They perform every heat. Like, that's not easy. That's not easy to do. Think about it, like you said, when we was kids, we wasn't performing like that every doggone weekend. We didn't even have track meets every weekend like that. And we didn't travel. I know I didn't travel.
No,
The
no.
furthest you went was maybe like, you know,
To the
15,
school,
20
you
minutes from your house.
yeah, they get school, you just compete there. That's it.
You went 20, 30 minutes. If you went an hour from your house, that was like, man, we far. You know what I'm saying? These kids catching flights and stuff to track meets now. That's a lot of pressure, man. You know,
Yeah.
you go in that stadium, 1,000 people screaming, and you on the line, and you 9, 10, you know, even the babies, some of them 6 or 7-year-old babies, they out there putting in work. That's not easy. So you gotta let them, you know, you gotta let them decompress.
I would compare it to like this. Like for track, for them, it's a job. For like whether you teach it like that or not, whether you
Mhm.
like that, they're not gonna equate that. But I'm gonna tell you the comparison is track for them is like a job. And we
I got you.
say nationals is a big project that you've been working on. And it's
Hmm.
like it's building up, you stressed out, you trying to get this thing done. And like me, I got a project that's done. And once that project's done, man, I'm like, oh man, I just need a
Yeah.
break. I don't need any more work. I just need I don't need any more big project. I just need a time to chill and get my brain right so I can tackle next challenge. And so I view it the same way for the kids. That's their big project they've been working on. It's like it's culminating. You got putting all these pieces together, and finally, it's trying to pay off now, and they need a break because
But it's just like school. After you take when you're in college, after you take that final exam, they give you a couple weeks off.
I'm out.
Yeah, you go home, go wherever you got to get off campus. You go home, do what you got to do. We don't want to see you. You know what I'm saying? You've been busting your behind for that whole month, studying, studying, studying up late nights. Boom, get a brain of rest. Go take a vacation, take a trip. You know what I'm saying? Go do whatever you want to do, but don't think about school. And it's the same way. You know what I'm saying? Like some of these kids run track. You know, they run track not maybe not year round, but it's close to it. Cause I see some of y'all run. Y'all start in November. Y'all finish, you know, late August and start September, no October, November. Y'all rolling again. You know, so it's a long season for these kids. And some of these kids run every weekend, which that's another thing. Yeah, I ain't gonna touch that topic tonight. But I just say this, like I always say, don't treat a Ferrari like a Corolla. You know, don't you gotta take care of it. If you want them babies to be long term, you gotta take care of the body. You gotta take care of the mind. So that way when they 18, 19, they can still be out there doing what they need to do. And to tie into your topic, Coach Ernest, because we made a post earlier, you know, to the group to get some more topics. Coach Ernest said another one, which is true: proper hydration. And for the older kids, bring food for practice. You know, when you're in high school, you eat lunch, what, 11 o'clock?
Yeah.
Now you got practice at 3:30 and you ain't eat since 11 and you didn't tuck no snacks or nothing. You can't give nothing. Your body has nothing to give. And you gotta drink, especially the younger kids. Like we had one of my girls, she's a real good 400 runner, 800 runner, mile runner. And she was at practice lagging. I said, "You've been drinking sodas that they have you." And she was like, "Yes." I said, "You can't put that junk in your body. If you put junk in your body, it's like a car. You got a luxury car, you got to put premium gas in it. So you got to look at it the same way. You gotta make sure you get the proper food. You know, get them the vegetables, get them the stuff that they need that's gonna make the body do what the body needs to do."
Yeah, and I don't get it, and that's the thing. You make a good point, like having like a I don't know, get a beef stick, I don't know, some beef jerky or something, because like you gotta think about it. I don't know what your metabolism was when you was 14, 15 years old. I was starving
Yeah,
all,
no, I ate crazy back then, man.
and then like you sit there, you go to school all day long, like you said, you had lunch like 11, 12, then you got practice you know, what like I don't know, 3:30, 4:30, somewhere around there.
Yeah, so about 2 hours. Then you practice about 2 hours.
And then it's like then you sit so now you gotta be hungry again. It's when I was young, listen, man, in between off seasons, I work at Pizza Hut, and this is no lie. I would eat a large and a half thick crust meat lovers pizza at the beginning of my shift. That ain't what I ate later. At the beginning of my shift, that's what I would lay down every day after practice. That's what I do. 2 days when I play 2 days. Oh, I eat your house at home. You can't afford me to eat your house. You see me.
Yeah, nah, we used to eat crab. I used to go to IHOP, which I can't even do it now. It's crazy. I get the 16-ounce steak, 3 pancakes, eggs, hash browns, and you finish that and you be looking at my mom plate. She like, bro, ain't no way you still hungry. Yeah, I'm still hungry. You ate a lot.
But y'all want these kids to go out here and give you max effort after they ate a piece of bubble gum. Like, what are we talking about over here?
Yeah.
They need some type of energy. Like, get us a healthy snack, get your protein bar, but you gotta stay hydrated. You gotta stay hydrated. You know, be smart. You know, when it's warm outside, make sure you have some water and you got some type of electrolytes. There's a lot healthier options that have less sugar than Gatorade. You got your what's that? These little salt packets, whatever. They're delicious. I can't think of it right now. We got those. You got your liquid IV stuff, like all that stuff that has no. You can dodge sugar, but you get your electrolytes back and stuff like that. So
yeah, you need it because even if it's not hot, like you can tell them at Speed Capital, my lips just recovered because I was running around wasn't hydrated like I was supposed to, and it wasn't hot, but that sun still baked my lips. My lips were so chapped, man.
Hurting. I just got over it. How long ago was that meat? My stuff was bleeding.
Yeah, bro.
That meat.
Because that sun, like, even though it's not hot, that sun's still burning on you, man. And you sitting out there in it, you know what I'm saying? Even we had on hats, we was protected, but it don't matter. So you gotta stay hydrated. Get your fruit, your watermelon, get your bananas for the potassium. Cantaloupes are good, those kind of fruits. Peanut butter and jellies always work if you're not allergic. See, Savannah allergic to peanuts, so she can't have that. She's have jelly. But just pack something because most track meets, like Speed Capitals, do a pretty good job having some vendors, that the kids can eat and still run. But most of them, you getting fried chicken, you getting French fries, you getting food that you don't really need to be putting in your body. So you need to make sure you bringing something that not gonna hold you down and you're not gonna be able to perform the way you need to perform. But kiddos, pack your snacks. Sam found out the hard way sometime at practice. If you feel for baseball, I'm starving, daddy. Told you to put some bars in your bag, boy. Now look at you, I'm hungry, So
like right now it's not softball, but it's volleyball season. Like Courtney will come home after work and she fixes Aubrey a dinner because they have a 3-hour practice.
Yeah.
And so like they'll get a break and Aubrey will eat a dinner there, finish the rest of practice, come home and eat again. And she's 10 years old.
Yeah, but she done burned off all those calories.
And that's what I'm saying. And she's only 10. So you got to imagine with a bigger vehicle,
yeah,
being a lot more energy. If she's ready to put that food away and she's starving, what are your athletes missing on?
And she don't weigh that much either. She's small. So you're right. You get a kid out here about 200 pounds, they go have to eat. You know what I'm saying? Especially even the runners. They like horses, man. You got to feed them. So going to our next topic. This one was from Jamie earlier today. Playing multiple sports. This is something, you can definitely touch on this because your kids play everything. Playing multiple sports. When do you think is a great time to like pick the one that you're going to do and focus on that?
It honestly, we've steady shedded sports as what I do is I look at their passion in it.
Okay.
I don't care about like everybody, like I'm not one of those guys who's gonna sit here and preach to you, oh, make sure your kid's having fun. We're past that age. Fun is for like 9 and under.
I got you.
You're going for pure fun. Once you get 10, 11, 12 and up, you know what's fun? Developing and getting better and winning. That's what's fun.
I agree.
That's fun because like when you get those kids who fall in love with that sport, wherever it is, they're miserable if they don't perform up to what they're doing. So it don't matter what's going on there. That's not fun to them. Like they go out there and they have fun. They had fun, but you don't show up and do what you want to do. Then they're not having the fun. And that's how we shed some sports. Like I already took an L in something. I told my wife, like, oh, wait, why am I paying this money? She lost and she don't care. And it's supposed to be her favorite sport. I was like, but she lost and she don't care. I said, when she lost that softball game, how'd she feel? Awful. Terrible attitude, mad at the world. Okay. That's the sport we stay in. Long jump. She don't do long jump. She got mad. I was like, okay, so we gotta keep this thing going. We gotta keep going.
I like that. I like that mentality.
Volleyball, pissed off on that. Basketball, she's good at it. She really is good at it. But she's in it for the friends. She want to do friends. Like, hey, that's fine. Let's go play rec. Let's not spend my money out there. So that's the first step. Just determine if you're gonna play competitive or you're gonna do rec.
Okay.
If you're gonna be out there just lollygagging and want to hang with
Yeah,
your
you
friends,
going to rec.
I got no problem with that.
Save me some money.
Save
you a lot. Save you a lot of money.
Yeah, let's do that instead. But I don't think you have to trim until maybe like sophomore year. Honestly, I don't think you have to. I don't think, and if you're not being able to get the time in, that you need to practice, I don't think you have to. If you, as long as you're getting the practice in that you need, I don't think you have to trim. But you, as a parent, you have to create the illusion that the kids have a choice, but you have to also do what's best for them. Like, you know your kids better than they know themselves, and you've made mistakes. I know this new age parenting will tell you, oh, you got to let these kids be kids, but that's coupled with you got to let you be a parent as well. Now, don't try to live your dreams through that kid, but you have to help them make good decisions, because at the end of the day, they are children. At the end of the day, even I don't care. Let's be real here. I deal with young kids all the time at work, train them. Certified adults, legal adults, 21, say they can do whatever they want to do. They still are children because they still have that. Their brain has not developed yet, and that's not like opinion. That's a fact. That's a
big fact. That's a big fact.
And so you got to help guide them. You don't have to boss them like just come in tough, but you got to help them make informed decisions, is what I'm saying. So
I got you. And you got to think too, this generation, I don't know if you experience it. I experience it all the time. These kids don't have no common sense because everything comes so easy to them. Like, they don't got to think, they can go to Google, they can go, to Facebook, whatever. You can go anywhere to find an answer. Like, we had to go to the library. You had to go through the encyclopedias. Like, you had to think. Like, you had to, okay, I need to do this. How do I get this done? They don't have to deal with that now. How do I get something done? I got a recipe. Boom. You go to the computer, you can find everything you want to find at the click of a finger, whatever. But like you said too, I guess it depends on the kid also, because some kids might can do 3 sports and be fine. You know what I'm saying? They can bounce from boom, boom, boom. Some kids, yeah, like you say, you get to high school and you see, okay, you need more time in this. This is your better sport. And then you can look at also, what are the college coaches telling you? Because that right there is going to be your answer. The college coaches coming in and they're recruiting you in one thing and nobody really recruiting you in the other thing, but you can be like Kaepernick. Everybody know Kaepernick. Kaepernick would have went, I think, first or second round in baseball as a pitcher. And he went and played at Nevada for football. Most people be like, you crazy. Yeah. You going to play baseball. I'm not, we put that football down. We finna go get paid. But it worked out for him. He ended up still making it to the NFL, almost won a Super Bowl. So I guess you got to look at a case-by-case basis. Every situation is different. You got to do what's best for you. But like Ricky said, let your kids be involved in the process. Don't just come in and say, that's it. You're not doing baseball no more. We're strictly doing basketball. Because now you might make the kid hate basketball because they love baseball. But if they're not showing you the passion, that's whole another thing. Like he's saying, if you losing, that happened to Sam, man. Sam was on this team, real good baseball team. It was a travel team at 8. That's why I made that post earlier too, because I always find it funny. They had tryouts. It was an elite AAU baseball team. You know what I'm saying? They were smashing everybody. Don't get me wrong. They were doing their thing, and they lost in the championship to another elite AAU baseball team, whatever. So the next year he was like, Dad, I want to play with my friend. Okay, fine. We'll let you play with your friend. The team was Bad News Bears, whatever. So the first game, I think they lost 20-5. Sam was pitching. Once he got out, the kid walked like 13 people. It was bad, whatever. He's 9 years. I don't care. But after the game, the kids were just worried about the pizza and Capri Suns. Sam hot. We just lost by 15 runs, bro. He get back in the car. Daddy, All they want to do is get pizza and Capri Suns. We just lost. I say, hey, don't come at me. You want to play with your friend.
How that working out for you, bud?
But it's funny, none of those kids play baseball no more. I think maybe one out of that whole team because that was, they were just there for fun. That's cool. Like you say, that's cool. But that's how we knew. I knew because basketball and football, he didn't really care too much. But baseball, he was. So that's why all he do now is baseball. But that's where his passion lied. Um, so yeah, but I think it's case by case.
Yeah.
It's no cookie cutter like you say, 9th to 10th grade. You got to be done by now. No, some kids might make it the senior year and then decide, okay, this year I'm just gonna focus on one thing. You never know. Look at Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter did everything, but then he got to college and he only played football.
And that happens. Like there's a lot of like stars in NBA, NFL, and stuff that were like double and triple sports. They don't ever talk about it till you see their interviews. But
Yeah.
most of the kids are like 3 sports. Like they played basketball, they played football. When I talk about the guys, they played basketball, they played football, and they ran track. That's what they did in high school their entire time. That's what they did. But people only hear about the football because that's what they got to the league, or they only hear about basketball because that's what they got to the league. Look at Iverson. Iverson was a baller. He was a dog in football.
Dog in football. Dog. But it was different when we was growing up. We had no choice. Like when you grew up, you had football season. Once football season was over, that was it. It wasn't no more. I can go over here and play flag. I can go over here and play 7v7. Nah, once tackle football was over, that's it. Next up is basketball.
Yep.
You go play basketball. Once basketball was finished, baseball.
Yep.
Then you go to track. Like you had no choice. You know what I'm saying? Now it's like people do stuff year round, so people have different choices now, different avenues.
And it's unfortunate too. I don't know how it has in Florida, but here a lot of our sports overlap here, which it didn't happen to me. I was in a small town in Arkansas, and like it was like kind of you say, it's like okay, you got your football, you got your basketball, you got your baseball, you got your track. It was all front now.
Yeah,
a lot of these sports happen at the same time. Spring is a mess for like the kids here. Like you end up having to make tough decisions sometimes here. If you're going to a national, we had a girl whose team went to the the state championship with high school, but at the same time she was an elite shot put thrower, and she had to make a decision. And then the coach didn't fill out the paperwork right, so you can do like I forget what it's called. Whatever, it doesn't matter. But he didn't fill out the paperwork where she could go and still go to the shot put because they're going to run it from the softball game and get it over to the.
He probably did that on purpose.
And so she didn't get a chance to throw. So it was unfortunate. So
wow, yeah, it's kind of like that here too, man. Like us, like for our program, because our program that we run, it has like 6 sports in it. And the beginning of the year is the worst for us because we got flag football, basketball, and track. And you have some kids that do all 3. So the parent looking at that kid like, how you gonna practice all 3 of these? We figure it out, we make it work, but it's not easy. You know what I'm saying? But it definitely overlaps here too. But it's up to the parent, up to the kids. If they're willing to put in the work, then they can get it done. So we got 2 more topics, man, and we almost out of here. This is a big one. Again, you can definitely help with this one because y'all be everywhere and y'all always in the nicest spots. Because y'all was in somewhere real nice in Virginia. Like the pictures that Courtney posted. Tips for travel season. What's some tips you can give out to the people for travel? Save them a couple bucks.
Do it early. Cause you tell my chair, you know what I'm saying? I can't afford another chair. And some of y'all was asking me like this fun is so hilarious. I had a coach ask, hey, let me get your phone number. And they had like the deal where you take a picture of the QR code or whatever so you can.
Yeah.
Hey man, my phone don't take pictures, bro. I was saying I'm gonna have to dial this thing in for me real fast. But no, you gotta do early. And we alternate between hotels and Airbnbs.
Okay.
If we can get an Airbnb that's reasonable and is nice, we'll typically do there because if you like for national meets, those are always a week.
Yeah, you are there for a week. Yeah.
We go grocery shopping. Like
Smart.
Even for the hotels, if you got like a little kitchenette up in there, we're going grocery shopping.
Smart.
That's how we do it. Like, we don't do a whole lot of spending money going out to eat. We may have a couple meals out to eat or something like that. But as far as that, we don't. It's like the chip you get enough is already expensive, you know. And we just kind of pick and choose where we go. One, we try to base it on if we're gonna be able to find some competition when we're going out there, and two, if it's somewhere we haven't been before. You know, we try to because because the sports that the kids do, because we don't just run track, like you said, like we're sports year round that requires to travel. So we try to pick places where the kids can see some of the country and have some fun. Like we're going to Vegas.
I like that. That'd be a nice trip.
Dallas, you know what I'm saying? Just to try to break it up and just try to, because, you know, they're not getting vacations like other kids. I know they hear about other kids having vacations, but I'd be like, we can stop this today.
Yeah.
Get my money back.
They're gonna be mad though. Because they want their cake and eat it too.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like, yeah, you're like nah, but they think this is the thing, this their mentality, and this is them. Like, they think those kids are lame because they ain't going to the track meets, and those kids, they're lame because they
always doing something.
And here's the thing, they're both right. They're both right. Because but that's what they're passionate about, and that's what you're passionate about. Neither one of you are wrong. You're both right. This is what's important to you, and there's nothing wrong with that. I support both sides of that. I think if a kid likes to go out there and spend their summers blowing bubbles and stuff like that, I love that.
That's fine. Like you said, that's what the kid want to do.
Oh my! I had a parent say something. They can't make a scrimmage because their baby's going out there to spend time with their grandparents during spring break. I was like, I wouldn't want you to come with me because I remember the memories. Like I've already lost one of my grandparents, and like those are my best memories. My summers with my grandparents. No, go out there and do that. I'm like, yeah. So, anyways, but like I said, as far as travel, I'm in full support of that. But you know, set the biggest thing. Kind of earlier conversations. Set realistic expectations. Don't put goals on your kids that are out ridiculous. I always give them underneath. I give them under goals. I'll be like, if they normally jump like 4 or 7, I'll be like, hey, I need 4 or 5 from you today. You give me 4 or 5, we good. Or if you normally throw 26, hey, I need 25 out of you today. Give me 25. And it's less pressure on them. There's less pressure on them. So especially those travel trips. Don't come back. And I'm gonna say this on pass on you. I was officiating last year at Iowa. It's no joke. Parent leaning over the wall, yelling at a kid after they finished. I can't believe you embarrassed me like this.
Wow.
All the money I done spent. I spent so much money on your raggedy boop, 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 boop. And we all looked at that lady and said, have you lost your mind? That is a 10-year-old young man out there. You're degrading him in front of all his homies right now, in front of all these people. What are you doing?
You make yourself look bad. You make yourself like an idiot, bro.
That's your money. You the adult.
Yeah, you didn't have to go.
That's what he was gonna do before he got out here.
But listen, if you can't afford it, then don't go. Like, nobody is forcing. That's what people don't realize. Like, nobody forcing you to go to these meets. You go because you want to go. You want to have a good time. You want your kids to compete on a national level, you know, get some notoriety, whatever. That's cool. But nobody is forcing you just because you qualify. Like I told you, when Savannah was 6, she qualified. She was throwing 14 feet 9 inches. I was not finna go and throw against 8-year-olds that's throwing 25 feet. I would be an idiot. If I went, it would have been for the experience because I knew we wasn't hitting the podium at 14 feet 9 inches. So we didn't go. I'm going to go when I know, you know what I'm saying? You more equipped for that. But I don't know, man. Unrealistic expectations. But going back to what you're saying, definitely book early. I know whenever we know that we're going to go somewhere, we book early. I use Expedia. I use Priceline, whatever. And I book the refundable ones. You can book it and refund it like a week before the stay, whatever. And then I go to Hotwire and I look on Hotwire to see if I can find a better deal. And if I find a better deal than I got the one for Expedia Priceline, boom, I'll get the Hotwire. And I I canceled the Expedia Priceline one. Now let me tell y'all a trick about Hotwire. Hotwire, there's some of them where they don't show you the hotel. I don't know if you've seen those where they give you like, so you go to Hotwire like the day before or like the day of the trip, whatever, and you can literally get a 4-star hotel for like 50, $60.
Oh wow.
Now the key is they don't tell you what hotel it is, but they put the picture up. A lot of people don't realize this. So you go, it's like 4 or 5 hotels down there. You go to Google, type in the hotel, and you search photos, images, and you'll be able to find which hotel it is by that little thumbnail picture that they use. And then you can say if you want to spend your money on a hotel or not. So we do that a lot, and we end up at some good hotels, man, for pretty cheap. Also, if you have a rewards credit card, I have a really good one. I just use that one throughout the year, and by the time summer comes, I have a decent amount of points. And I mean, we went to a DoubleTree. We got a real good rate. And the lady looked at me. She was like, you know how people look at you, how'd you get this rate? I said, you asking the wrong questions, baby. Here's my ID. Go ahead. We good. Got that rate because I'm a Platinum Club member, baby.
Yeah, if there's a certain hotel chain or a certain airline, you gotta have those. You gotta have those points. You gotta.
Yeah.
You spend them anyway. And
those points are good.
Treat them like cash. You know, if you was gonna pay cash for it, well, treat that card like cash. But okay, I'm booking this flight. You gonna pay with cash away? Use that credit card for that thing. Get your points, and then pay that sucker right back off. Because and plus a lot of these things with these, you know, whether it be Marriott or Hilton or wherever you're choosing for stays, they gonna give you a couple free nights just off top just for having their card. And same thing with flights. I get a couple free flights just off top for having my trip down to Florida. I think I paid $14 for me and Corey to fly down there. I paid $14 for both of us. It was $14 for me to fly down there. When we go out to Vegas, it's gonna be, I think it was like $50 for all 4 of us, $50 because it's the point. All right. So I don't know.
Yeah, get those rules. And another thing too, the hotel. I know what else. We always look for the ones with free breakfast. That'll save you a couple dollars there too.
Yep.
Like we went up to where we went for flag football. We had to, because NFL flag is a trip, man. Well, y'all did it. You did it. They make you stay in their hotels. It's like, bro, you charging $250 a night, but it is what it is, whatever. But the hotel has some good breakfast at least, so we made a lot of our money back there. So the last topic for the night, man, is AAU, USATF, or shoe meets. Now this is for like the middle school kids or higher. Which one do you think is the better option? You got the AAU JOs, the USATF JOs, and this is one of Tia's questions. Or the shoe meets, because a lot of kids are jumping on them shoe meets now, for middle school and high school. So what do you think?
If you're a sprinter and you want them top dog sprinter, and you're talking middle school, go to shoe meet. Field events, go to AAU or USATF because they ain't got nothing for you. You ain't high jumping, you ain't shot putting, you ain't triple jumping, you ain't pole vaulting, you ain't doing nothing at the shoe meet. Don't go there for long jump. I mean, nope. Leave that to the.
Some of them got some competitive throwing now.
No, middle school they don't have stuff for like middle school.
That's true. Middle school, yeah, you're right. On middle school.
High school, oh yeah, go when you're in high school. But middle school kids,
yeah, that's true. I think Adidas got a little something for the throwers. I got to check the jumpers this year. But you're right, on the middle school level, yeah. I know the sprint is crazy.
Oh, sprint's crazy. That was insane.
Yeah. Sprint, that New Balance is this weekend. That's gonna be crazy.
I mean, I would hope. I like to think that someday they'll start letting the kids. It says Adidas does shot and disc. Okay.
No, I know they do shot and disc. I get what you're saying though. Like the level of kids actually at the competition though, it's not as deep as it would be at the JOs for that age group.
Well, also, like Jamie said, I didn't know they did discus and shot for middle school.
Well, I know they did it because Layla, we follow Layla. I know she does it. The Brewer girl, Kimberly, Kimberly's daughter Brewer, she does it. Yeah, they have some. I know Nike does it for middle schools too. But you're not gonna get as many kids at the competitions in middle school. Like it might be 10 kids throwing. You got some top dogs, but it's only, it's not a lot of kids at that age.
Yeah, in middle school, all your competition is going to be at AAU and JOs because they're not thinking about that and stuff like that.
Yeah. Hold on,
Um,
we had one question. What about when you move to the high school level, and would you pick one shoe meet over the another? Well, yeah, when you go to high school, me personally, 15, 16, when it comes to the field side, might be the last real competition you get. 17, 18, none of the top dogs are throwing or jumping at a USA or a JOs or AAU.
Nope.
So you got to go to the shoe meets if you want to get, some exposure and some competition. I know New Balance has been kicking everybody's butt in the shoe meet game the last couple of years. I'm a Nike guy, so I'll probably go to Nike just so we can try to get one of them billboards in Times Square because I thought that was pretty cool that they did that. But from a level wise, New Balance and plus Nike's out in Oregon for outdoor. Oregon, getting to Oregon is a little crazy, is expensive. Unless you can get a sponsorship or something. So New Balance will probably be, financially probably be easier too, because I think it's in Boston or Philly somewhere in that area.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're there for New Balance now. So let us know how it is, man. I always hear good things about New Balance. I hope you get one of them bags. I know everybody was going crazy last year for them bags
Yeah.
for New Balance. And good luck. Good luck.
Yeah.
Yeah, but New Balance is been kicking everybody. But Brooks is good too if you're a runner, because I think Brooks cover everything, but you got to be like top 8, I think, in your age group or something.
You gotta be that guy or gal.
Yeah.
But there's and I will say this, depending on the timing though. Like we had the number one. I was working javelin this past year, and we had the top dog in the nation throwing at JOs. It depends on the timing and what works for you. So I think the timing he could go to the shoot meet too, but he's going out there because he wanted to come get a record. What he's coming to do.
I was just about to say that. Some kids might go because they want the record. Like it's some meets like clubs. Like for us, clubs is pointless, but we go because it's it's close in Florida, and we try to get the records because we can qualify 15 minutes from my house in Miramar and save the money and not go to clubs for the money, but we be trying to get the records. So some kids do that. But yeah, I say once you get to high school, if you like that, shoot meets. Even if you're not like that, go get the experience.
You should,
and that could motivate your kid to up their game when they see, okay, this is what it takes for me to get up here. This is what I need to run. This is what I need to throw. This is what I need to jump. Let's go. Let's get it.
Because that's to show you who are you built like that, or do you need to work on getting built like that? Because that's gonna answer you real quick. Like it may humble you. It may humble you.
Yeah, somebody said you got to qualify for shoot meets. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I think that's the one thing that I don't like about JOs. It's not so much the qualification process because every area is different, whatever. I think they should have what is it? I think they should not so much standards.
Okay.
But I know like what happened?
So they kind of did that in high jump this year. They was like, nah, we're not doing these little baby heights with y'all. They was like, they came over and changed it, which I like, because I was like, why are we starting at 3.2 right now? Like they like, no, you shouldn't be like, if you can't jump this, because you wasting everybody's time with this.
Yeah.
Man. And so I'm a fan of standards. I think that's important. I think that's one of the things that USATF does well is like for like open and heights and stuff like that. They say, hey, if you spend your money if you want to, and you may qualify through your regional and everything.
Yeah.
When we get this national meet, this is what we're starting at. And if you don't make a height, that's on you. And you'll see that you watch it, USATF JOs, you'll see a lot of no heights.
It's a national meet though. Like you should, even with the throws, it should be like per age group. If your throw don't hit this mark, we're not measuring it.
Yeah.
The meet will go by so much faster.
Yeah.
But before you sign up, if you ain't throwing past, 17, 18 feet, they not going to measure it. So you can make the determination. Do I want to take this trip or do I want to stay home? But at a national meet, it should be like that, in my opinion.
I agree. Because all it would take is you go out there and you take a string and some spray paint, and you just make a sector for that area or whatever, and say,
Yeah,
hey, anything landing inside the sector, we're not
we
worried
not
about
marking.
measurement.
We not marking. And they do that at a meet down here called Louis Bing. I know we got to get out of here. But they do that at Louis Bing, and they literally have 50 kids throwing, and they be done in an hour. Finals, everything.
I love it.
But yeah, so shoe meets, high school, definitely. Middle school, you know, just look around and see. If you live in North Carolina, hit Adidas. Like, why not? You ain't really got to travel. You live in that area. I think Nike is, I don't know if Nike do middle school for indoor, but Nike's in the New York area, you know. So if you close by there,
it's like I said, once again, for field events, you got long jump. That's all you got.
Yeah. But yeah, if you qualify and you close by, or you want to take the trip to go, do it, try it out. You know what I'm saying? I'm all for the experience. I'm all for letting the kids try different things. You know, if you can do it financially, that's not too big of a burden on you. Hey, go do it. I know we're gonna definitely hit, because I'm trying to get an NIL deal. We definitely by 7th grade we go hit some shoe meets.
Oh, like just next year we're doing I'm putting them in the Rock Chalk, the KU meet next year. I'm like, no, you jumping out here with these high schools anyway. Let's go out here and
yeah, she gonna be 5. She gonna be 5'2" by then, bro.
That's getting your name out. We just had a 6th grader come in here, out jump our high schoolers. Like, what's going on here? You don't think that's gonna draw some attention?
Of course, it's gonna draw attention.
So,
yeah.
So that's another thing. We stay another day strategizing for NIL deals. We'll talk about that another one. But like, you got those special kids out there, give them that proper exposure. Don't hide them. Get them out there. Let them feel them bright lights. Let them get some of that exposure. Let people see them.
Yep.
They won't stop talking to you. You want your social media blow up? You want that stuff like that? That's how you do it. But we can say that for another day. We say it for another day.
Back. So we'll table that for next week. Next week we'll table that one. But appreciate you, my brother. Like I said, I put a chat up in the Field Events Matters group. Topics that y'all want to hear us discuss, so y'all can keep blowing those up. We got a bunch, like at least for the next 2 weeks. So we go hit those up and discuss those. But everybody that's got some meets that's traveling, safe travels. Good luck, and always post those kids' videos and results so we can celebrate them babies.
All right, God bless.
Be blessed, my brother.